minutes after the hour here on 102.7 FM. It's Valentine's Day, and of course, hey, not of course, I don't have any flowers, I don't have any chocolates for you. I've got very interesting guest here in the studios this morning. She's a dynamic speaker, of course. I must say, I always enjoy having her here in the program. I refer to her as a firecracker. She's celebrating her 4th anniversary as a blogger, an awarded blogger. Let me make sure, emphasize on the word awarded blogger. And of course, she is none other than the big hunch. I don't want to say big. Let me say the creator of Kirai Creative Style. And let me say hi, good morning, and welcome to Kenty. Kenty, hi, good morning, sweetie.
Good morning, Lady Grace. Good morning, radio listeners. Thank you for having me once again on a very untraditional day, like St. Valentine's Day. We should be talking something else, but it has become so commercial that I'm like, listen, Lady Grace, I just need to be there by you today. Today is when I can, and today is when we're going to do this thing.
And you know, like we were just saying a while ago, like Valentine's Day isn't what it used to be.
No, it's not.
You know, it has, I think they've commercialized it so much. And I refer to it as it's not a holiday.
No, it's not.
It's not a holiday.
But not only the commercial, but also the digital world has grasped a lot of it. Remember when you used to get your cards and somebody would send you a card for Valentine's Day? People don't do that anymore. They would send you something on the phone.
That's what I was about to say. Look at my phone today. Everybody's like, well, happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Valentine's
and
Day.
It doesn't have, because it doesn't take more effort.
And I got like the same three. I got like 3 of the same Valentine wishes.
There you
already.
go. So then you know that somebody just Google search and copy paste. And which is nice. I mean, it's the thought that counts.
Right.
But it's not always the same as writing on a card, because that's somewhat personal, you know?
Yes.
It's taking the time to wish Lady Grace a specific Valentine's Day and why, etc. So it has changed. The digital world has changed us completely and how we do things.
We've become somewhat kind of like robots.
Yes, we are programmed and kind of like, you know, dependent on everything. Like we can't come up with our own words. I'm a writer, so my colleagues on the job always trip on me and they're like, you can't give Kenty a card to write because she will take half of the card to write, just her one way, and then you in the little corner trying to write your name. But that's because I put a lot of thought into what I'm going to write. You know, I want you to feel that I actually have genuine wishes for you and that I mean all the best in whatever it is I'm doing.
Exactly.
The digital world has changed that.
Definitely.
It has changed that.
But it has done a great deal for you, though.
It has.
It has, because you've been blogging. You're a blogger.
I'm a blogger. I took the plunging into blogging in 2016.
But what got you? What made you get into blogging?
Okay, so back when I was in Manrique days, so I'm thinking about the 2010, that's a while back, 2010, 2011, I started to follow all of this plus size stylists. Right, on Instagram, it was booming then. The social media's platform was coming up, so I started to pay attention to all of these ladies that were doing amazing things through their social media platform, inspiring, styling, and breaking stereotypes about, you know, your size. Beauty has no size, brains has no size, and you shouldn't be perceived by the size of your, you know, of your jeans.
Correct.
So I started to do some research into that and I said, hey, I would love to have somewhere that I could actually do the same and share it with my community and then regionally and, you know, eventually expand and grow it into somewhere that is like an umbrella where women discuss anything from fashion to, you know, burnouts. For instance, because we experience as a woman, we experience all of that in our journey. You know, motherhood, the pressure of being successful, the pressure of making sure that your kids succeed, being a good mom, but still having that balance on the job. You know, so there's a lot of stuff going on, and then you want to tie a little bit of living. You want fashion, you want to travel, you want to have good friends, you want to have a good time with your friends, you want to plan. So that is how it was actually born. And I think, you know, I say this would give me an outlet where I can express and I can also write and share my experiences with, even if one person read it and if I can inspire one person for the day, my goal has been accomplished.
And your inspiration, inspiring young ladies out there, how has it grown?
It has grown.
With followers, meaning with followers.
Well, of course, I started in 2016, February. I remember I went to a seminar by one of our very own plus size bloggers, Leslie Samuel. He came, he did a very intimate seminar. I was invited. Some people that knew I wanted to go into blogging, they was like, listen, you need to come. Leslie's making it out there. He's making a name for himself. He's working full-time blogging. Of course, it's in the States. So your
Right.
reach is much more impactful, is your coverage is bigger, and you also have more options in terms of getting paid, which
Right.
is not the case right now, right?
Okay,
To monetize
okay.
that blog to that extent. But anyways, all that aside, I took the plunge and I said, I'm gonna go to the seminar, I'm gonna see what he has to offer, what tips he has. And I had everything. I had a domain, I had a name, I had a logo. And he was like, what are you waiting on? I said, I'm waiting on the perfect time. He was like, the perfect time is now.
There you go.
He said, you have everything. What are you waiting on? I wanted to do, you know me, I wanted to do this big launch and invite,
You're right.
you know,
Okay.
and invite the press and do
fanfare
this and all the
and stuff.
fanfare. And,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
was like, you don't need none of that. He was like, just go live. And I remember the 16th of February, I took a picture with my phone. I had onion rings because I had an event. And I had diet in the morning and I didn't have no time to dry it. So I was like, I'm just going to roll with this.
Yeah.
And I had bantu nuts, what we call
Okay.
onion rings, which
Onion
is,
rings.
the fashion
onions.
term is bantu nuts.
Okay.
Sorry. So
I still say onions.
I still say onions.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to go just like that. So my hair was super wet, and I took a picture with my phone. I took a selfie, and I remember that was my very first post. If you
Wow.
go to the blog, you would
It's still
see
there.
it's still there.
It's
Of
still
course,
there.
it's very emotional for me to see the growth from then to now.
Right.
So that was basically how it started.
But like you said, you started off in 2010
2010 with the idea.
with the idea. 2016 was your official start. So you're
Yes.
going into like 4 years now.
Yes.
You know that you are blogging. But what is it about it that you like so much? Because like there's no money really involved in it.
For
Yet.
not there's
Yes.
you cannot monetize it, but the fact that, let me tell you something, you know how I feel about network.
Yeah,
And being
yeah.
able to connect with people on different levels, and that is what the blog has done for me.
Oh, okay.
Being able to make me reach to places like Virginia. Where would I reach someone in a magazine in Virginia out of just sitting down in St. Martin? So your network, because I also take a lot of risk, and I send emails and I contact people, because at the end of the day, you have to take some risk in life. So
Of course,
I
of
send you an
course.
email, and sometimes you say yes, and sometimes you say no.
Say no.
You
Wow.
know, but most of the times I've been lucky enough that they've said yes.
Oh, good.
I want to feature you in a magazine. I want to hear your story. I want to, and that has impacted, of course, my leverage and my coverage overall for the blog.
And I imagine part of your story would be that managing, how to juggle motherhood and blogging. How do you do
Motherhood,
that? Because I saw a
blogging.
picture you posted the other day of you applying makeup while you were holding your 2-year-old son on your hip. How do you manage?
That is true life. That is, I mean, that was a reality moment. And I was like, because he refused to move, I had to go to an event, but I had to get my makeup done. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is not working. He's that busy, getting himself ready. I'm
Right.
like, okay, this is not going to work. So on the hip we go, and let's do this shadow.
And you post that also on
And
your
I
blog.
posted, because people have to understand that this is reality. It's not all going to be good.
All glamorous.
And,
and,
no,
glitzy.
no,
Yeah.
no. This is life. I'm a mom.
Yeah.
Just after that, I had to make sure that there was a point that the babysitter was there, that they were left good. The following day, my son was his birthday on that day. So I had all of that
Okay,
going on.
yeah,
I had a birthday
congratulations.
celebration.
His
Thank
10th
you.
birthday,
His
actually.
10th birthday.
Yeah.
So I had a birthday celebration in school. I had to do that mommy duties. The pizza, the this, the that. Go back to the job. Finish my deadlines. Talk to suppliers. Do this, do that. So that is my world.
Right. Right.
Is people only see the pictures, but I put a lot of work into the blogging, taking into consideration that we had Irma in between.
Yeah. But how often do you go on the blog though? I mean, how often are you working?
I blog every day.
Every day.
Every day I post something on my social media, because that is actually what has kept the consistency of the blog. Although I don't write as often as before, so I would do like a monthly post, a highlight, a feature. Now I also get a lot of messages and contacts from people that want to collaborate and want to have me feature their brand or their product on the blog, right? And then we go into the discussion of, is it monetary? Can they do it? Unfortunately, we still don't have an online payment process. Else I could have been making money while I sleep.
Of course,
literally.
of course.
But it's a process, and I hope that in the next 1 or 2 years, St. Martin could actually be there.
Yeah. Are you the only one on St. Martin who was actually a full-size blogger?
Yes, I am the only plus size blogger. Yes, that's my niche. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I am the one, and the first one, and I actually have been the one that actually has been putting the blogging element in the show. There's a lot of bloggers, traveling bloggers, because of course you're thinking of the Caribbean, you think more of traveling. But I didn't want to go that route because the Caribbean have a lot more to offer than just beaches. You know,
Yeah.
we have culture.
Exactly.
We have a whole community.
Because we're basically selling what everybody else is selling.
Yes.
Sand, beach, and sand.
Yes, sun, beach, and sand. So we have much more. We have culture. We have so much of beautiful women of all sizes, ethnicity, colors, and I mean that is what I want to showcase with my blog.
Great.
Versus sun, beach, and sand.
Yeah, I hear you. Now the award, you won an award, and tell us about that. How did that come about, and what is this? What does the award mean for you as a plus size model, blogger? You know,
Caribbean plus size blogger, because I think that has to be emphasized to Lady Grace, because I have been blogging from home. You know, there's a lot of plus size. There's a lot of plus size bloggers. There's a lot of Caribbean plus size bloggers as well, but none are doing it from their home base. You know, they're usually in Europe, Australia, States. And then, they will identify with the Caribbean roots, but they're not in the Caribbean.
Right.
You know, so it's a whole different dynamic because I'm doing it from home, which means that I had to put more effort, more work, more research. I had to try and collaborate so much more. So how that award came about 3 years ago, before Irma, I got featured in a magazine called Size Overrated. Size Overrated, of course, that's the message. This means that your size shouldn't matter, you know? So I got featured. And that magazine, actually still have it home, and the owner has a empowerment event every March for Women's Day around that time. And usually what she does, she recognizes women in her community, so in Virginia, because she's based in Virginia.
Nice.
And she recognizes women not only this is someone that goes to the red carpet, this is somebody that goes to the award shows, the Grammys and stuff like that, because she has that type of connection and network. She covers stories. She's also a graphic designer, so she does a lot for, you know, it's not only the magazine that she has going on, she's also a full-time mom, you know, so we relate a lot in what we're doing. So every year she recognizes a pool of women and men. Now she started with a men edition as well, so she's recognizing fathers and men that are impactful in their community and that are actually, you know, being substantial and delivering something, role models. So she started with that segment this year. So she does that every year. She recognizes the women, and she did an international segment, and that's where I fall in.
Okay.
So then she contacted me. She was like, listen, I would like to invite you for two things. To be part of the panel discussion, because we're going to have a panel discussion at the event, where she's going to have a sex therapist, she's going to have a nutritionist, she's going to have different segments that we would consider is part of society, but also that impact women directly. And then she said, I would like to have you for the inspirational part and the blogging segment of it. That's one. And then I would like to also, you know, award you for your work that you have done online.
Wow.
And so for me it was a big thing, of course, because I was thinking, hey, I'm posting things online, but nobody's necessarily
really reacting
right, or watching. But you'll be surprised the people that's stuck on the road.
People watch, but people don't. A lot of people don't like or
share. Yeah, but they're watching you and they're paying attention. You know, and sometimes they tell you, listen, I have listened to so many of your stories and I've read, you know, your blog posts, and I follow you on social media, and sometimes it's just that little uplifting that you post on that day is what you need. And they're real versus what we think what we think reality is.
And that's why I believe why Instagram was actually opting to we're considering opting out of the likes, like, you know, to removing the likes on pages.
They're still busy with that.
They're still busy with that because when you sit there are people that look for, I got 300 likes, I got 400 likes, and then
it becomes an obsession.
And it becomes an obsession.
But literally, those likes doesn't mean anything. I went to a seminar and I was like, those likes doesn't mean anything until you can turn them into money.
There you go.
For instance,
I like that. Yeah,
they don't mean anything. Like, you could have an event and invite 100 people, and 50 say that they're gonna go, and 20 show up. That is a gamble. That is a gamble that you have.
And the next gamble is, for example, like you said, you have how many followers? 2,500 followers, and these are all legit followers.
They're organic. They have grown with me. They have grown in my journey. They have seen me
So you
grow.
did not go to the extent of let me buy followers so that when people come to my blog, I got 30,000 followers, but I don't get even 200, 300, 400 likes.
There you go. Definitely no. I prefer to be. I'm very proud of the fact that I've been able to reach to that amount of followers just by doing what I do on a consistent basis, telling my story, sharing advice. I just got a certification for personal stylist to add to the blog.
Nice.
Yeah, so
and that was my next question about the fashion that you're displaying on your blog. Is it sponsored?
Some, yes.
Some? Oh,
yes.
okay.
Some is. I have 2 or 3 stores that have consistently supported me.
I know T's Closet.
T's Closet is one still, one
you.
has always been there for me. And you know, the local entrepreneurs as well and the local community, I must say, have been very supportive. Everywhere that I knock, I've never gotten a no.
That's
whether
nice.
it's monetary or whether it's, you know, in whatever way that they can help, I've never gotten a no. Very seldom I reach out to someone and they would tell me no.
Yeah.
So I of course it's relationships. You know, I've built this relationship with these people, and also I'm very committed to delivering to my sponsor. So if you're my sponsor, I'm going to make sure that you get the highlight that you deserve.
Your blogging is all about brand though, because branding yourself and of course branding a product also.
Yes.
You know that this is also important. So you're talking makeup, hair, and fashion.
Makeup, hair, fashion, lifestyle. You know, so it all ties in because, you know, I do marketing by profession. So I will be branded oriented automatically.
Right.
That's already built in me. So when I have a discussion with a store or with a makeup artist or with somebody that we're going to collaborate, I always make sure that they understand what it is that we're going to do together and what they're getting back.
And then are there kickbacks for you too?
Yes, of course. You have your perks. I mean, you have your products that they give you. You have your, and at the end of the day, yes, you want to monetize it, but you also want to build that trust. So when it's time for them to actually pay, there's no question, because you're building your self-worth as well. You know, you're building your worth. It's gonna come a point in time that I will be able to demand what it is that I want.
Yeah.
Versus bargaining and, you know.
But how do you determine then who pays what when it comes to that point that you would know?
Yes.
But for example.
Well, okay. So the structure of, for instance, monetizing your blog is different because you can get paid via different things. You can get paid for blog posting. You can get paid for mentions on your social media platform. You can get paid by doing a exclusive photo shoot for a specific brand or store or product. You can get paid by going to an event and covering the story and then highlighting it on your blog. So there's many ways. So what bloggers do, because I did my research of that, of course, and I've spoken to people as well about it that have been doing this for a much longer time than me. So you build slowly but surely. You build what they call the rate sheet for bloggers.
Okay.
So just like a radio station, you will have your rates. Right? But when it comes to that point, you have to be careful because, of course, you know that you have to be responsible enough. You have to tie in your taxes to it because it's an income. So by that time, I'm not there yet because I'm not monetizing it. You know, I don't receive no payment for anything. It's all on a collaboration basis.
Correct.
Right? So I'm not there yet. But when you get to that point, you have to have that in the back of your head as well. That it comes with an additional responsibility of declaring as well that additional income. Right? So all of that taken into consideration, you will build a rate sheet, and then you will know your market, knowing what is there, knowing what the people can afford, you know, and the economy climate at that point. You design then your rates.
Are there bloggers that you know of that are doing this full time?
Yes.
As a living?
Yes. Leslie Samuel is one. He's one of ours from the soil. He's based in the States, and he's doing this full time, making 6 figures.
Wow.
So he's doing this full time. He also does blogging seminars if you want to become a blogger online. He has all of these great you know, he's a wealth of information, and he shares it. And again, he monetizes his blog, you know, because in the States you have that option of even, listen, if you have, I'm just saying, 100 people that pay $5 to listen to you with your 5 tips about blogging,
right?
Do the maths. That's already $500. You know what I mean? So your reach is so much more faster because you're in a bigger country, and blogging is something very normal over there. I had to reach the fact that we don't read. We are a culture that don't read. So I had to mix reading with video, with news, with celebrity news, with fashion news. There's always got to be a trigger point to drive traffic to my blog. And it could be locally, it could be regionally, it could be internationally, but you need to be able to have current trends happening.
Right.
In order to create that constant traffic. And it's a lot of work.
You are doing all of this on your own.
Yes.
So you didn't hire anyone to upload your stuff or anything?
No. Because, of course, remember, I'm lucky enough to have the marketing background, the social media management background.
Exactly.
So I have that is a plus for me, because then I don't have to spend money for somebody to do that. I do work with, for instance, graphic designers. We collaborate together so that they could, polish some of my final product. When you go into presentations, if you're going to present to a company, you want the final product not to be out of Canva.
Yeah, right.
Which is something that I use for, very common, but I want it to be done very professional. So because at the end of the day, impression. You have to present yourself as a professional blogger. So that's why people take you serious, because of how you approach them and how you present yourself.
You are a Caribbean blogger, Caribbean woman blogger. The only one you said actually in the Caribbean right now?
The only one is St. Martin.
In St. Martin.
St. Martin for sure. Caribbean, they're much more bloggers, but like I said, they focus a lot on the traveling segment.
Wow.
And the
why
entertainment.
is that though?
I think because everyone that comes to the Caribbean is expecting to do the same thing, living it up, turn it up. It's easy. It sells. Plus size, Caribbean, and home base. So it's three things that I'm fighting against. It's a different type of blog. It's a plus size, and I'm home.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I hear you.
So creating that type of content, it could be very dynamic, but it also has been a wonderful learning experience for me. I mean, I have people that support me all the way in Australia. Friends that, if I need a post, if I need a visual. For instance, the visual of this morning was done by a friend of mine in Australia, just because I didn't have the time.
Look at that.
I'm like, listen, I need a visual for tomorrow so that I could put it on Facebook so that people know that I'm going to Lady Grace. And he sent it to me last night. He was like, here you go, and it's not about the fact that he did it. It's the fact that he took the time out from his busy schedule all the way in another continent to get it done, so that I was prepared to come to the show today.
You're part of a team here also.
Yeah. I have a team. I have a good support team. I have a good support system. I have people that I can call at any time and they would just say yes.
Right.
They're like, Kenzie, I don't need to listen to the ifs, whites, or buts. What do you need? Come for it tomorrow.
There you go.
Done.
There you go. Are you willing, though, to offer your services to teach other persons listening or out there who would be interested also in becoming a fashion blogger?
Of course. I believe that hoarding information does nothing for anyone.
I like how you said that, hoarding
yes.
information.
You know that you have information hoarders.
Yeah.
We suffer from that too. Everybody's like, oh my God, she's going to take my idea. I'm going to keep it myself and I'm not going to tell her anymore. The truth of the matter is that, Lady Grace, nobody can do radio like you. Nobody can do things like me.
Like you.
Everybody have an individuality and their own uniqueness. That's why people do things, with each other, because there's something that identifies you and that makes you unique in your niche.
I like you said, like the way you said that. Are you surprised that more plus size women are coming out now and feeling more somewhat liberated? And you take, for example, recording artist Lizzo.
I know that was coming.
Yeah,
I know that was coming. So I was prepared.
I look at her. Some people are very critical about how the way she carries herself, but I like to see her because she is so confident.
She has broken
we're seeing more models also on TV in commercials for
high
lingerie.
fashion. New York Fashion Week, it was bombarded with plus size models.
Exactly.
Victoria's Secret is looking into plus size models.
Look what killed
that
Victoria's
is what
Secret.
killed her.
Look what killed her. Look what killed Victoria's Secret. The
what's
fact that
her
there
name?
were no plus size models.
There you go. Serena Williams have a line, a clothing line, and she makes sure that she had inclusive. She had plus size as well.
She just released it.
And
Beyonce, actually, when she released her clothing line, didn't have any extra large, and they
bombarded her.
But they came at her on
because
social
you
media.
need to have inclusive, especially because, and as they say, it's expected more even from your black people, because you should know better, because you know what we're fighting against. You know all of these stereotypes, and not only the black people, but you also have all kind of ethnic groups.
Yeah, but as an African American artist,
that should be expected. You should know
across the board.
You should know that it's coming.
Gotta have something for all of us.
Come on.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think a lot of people say that the liberation of the plus size industry is promoting obesity.
No.
It's a discussion that we have. No, I don't agree with it either. But it's something that people will ask you on a daily basis. Does it mean that you have to promote a healthier lifestyle. But that's not what I'm promoting is not for you to eat McDonald's every day.
Exactly.
That's not what you're gonna read in my blog.
Yeah.
What I'm promoting is that you need to accept yourself for who you are.
Embrace yourself.
Embrace your
Exactly.
pounds. Embrace your 200 pounds.
Yeah.
I embrace them every day.
Yeah, but just don't overdo it.
Don't
That's
overdo
it.
it. Make sure that you stay healthy.
Yeah.
Make sure that whatever you
Because
do,
you can still be overweight, but still at the same time still have a healthy diet.
a healthy lifestyle.
A healthy
You know,
lifestyle
do
for
something
that
that can assist that part of your life, because it's hard. It's hard, Grace. When you have kids, to find that time to go to the gym, or find that time to do a little 15 minutes walk on the boardwalk or whatever
Yeah.
have you. So you have to make that additional sacrifice as well. I would be a hypocrite if I sit down here and I tell you that I walk every day. I would be
Okay.
lying. I can't tell you the last time I walked. So
Wow,
that is something for
okay.
2020 as well that I want to change. You know, increase some activity. We work behind a desk.
That'll be something great for you to add to your blog.
Yes,
also.
exactly. As a lifestyle, as just
Yeah.
paying more attention as to what you're doing. You know, increasing some type of activity. It helps your heart. It helps your lifestyle. It helps
Helps
your
you live
energy.
longer,
It
too.
helps you live longer. There's a lot of things that are happening, but I don't agree with mixing that up with confidence, because there's a lot of women still that consider being plus size a taboo, wearing lingerie a taboo, being able to, I mean, people would call me, I'm a nudist by default, because I don't have that pros that I say, you know, I
Right.
don't. But I've accepted my body for a very long time in what I am, and I always say there's nothing that a skinny girl can rock that I cannot.
There you
We're
go.
gonna look different,
There
but
you
I'm
go.
going to rock the hell out of it.
Okay. Be comfortable in the
Yeah.
in the body or that you're in, so to speak. Yeah.
It's very and it's very challenging for us, especially in the Caribbean. We still have a lot of ideas and old time sayings, and you know, a lot of what women should be like.
Right.
And
What
when-
size are you now?
I'm at 18.
You're 18.
I'm at 18. I've always been between a 16, well, a 14 and a 18. The heaviest I was, I think, when I was pregnant with my first son, I was like, after I gave birth, I was like a size 20.
Wow.
And then I was like, I went into Zumba. I was like, this is the heaviest I've been in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
So I did Zumba and I went back to a size 14. So I will fluctuate between that. Looking back at pictures when I was in high school, people would say, you was thick, but actually I was already big. It's just that I've always liked fashion. I've always liked pictures. I've always liked to share style and to challenge myself to wear things that people were not easily considered traditional.
Have you seen what happened? What Adele has done?
Yes, Adele as well. And I'm going to tell you, it was a very extreme change from
Yeah.
what she was to what she is right now.
She got the money.
She has the money,
Has
and
the money.
we don't know really what was behind that. If it was grief, it was after her divorce. If it was people have to try to find
was money.
themselves, it was money.
It was money.
Yeah,
When, you got,
it was
when,
money.
when people lose, when I see celebrities lose weight like that, is because you got a trainer coming waking you up every
You do,
morning.
you do.
You
Monique.
know? Yeah, well, exactly. You got
Monique.
a trainer on your case. You got a chef there
Yeah,
cooking for you
yeah.
every day.
It's different.
It's more challenging for someone regular. When I say regular, that who wants to lose the pounds, you know, and say, oh gosh, I gotta get up and I gotta cook this. I gotta go.
And not
50
only
cents.
that,
Yeah.
it's expensive.
It's expensive.
So
of course. That's
living
what I'm
healthy
saying.
is expensive, especially in Samaritan. When you go to the grocery stores and you pick veggies, you're like, okay, but
Yeah.
I don't have nothing else here. But you know, and it's money. So you have to make a choice. Like, okay, this is expensive, but I'm trying to live a little longer.
Right.
When you have a
Eating
chef,
healthy is very expensive.
it is.
here in St.
It
Martin.
is. When you have a dedicated person coming to you and pushing you and following your every move into so that you don't deteriorate from what you're going to do, your goal.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier. You could say, but that costs money. Personal
Right,
trainers,
right.
a personal chef, a nutritionist, somebody that is weighing you every week. I mean, that's a whole nother level of funding that goes
Yeah.
into that. And yes, you could do it in 6 months.
They can do it. They can
Why
do
do you
it
have
because
people-
because what the trainer does is he sets a goal and he looks at you and he says, okay, I think you can come down to let's say just roughly I will bring you down to 30 kilos. I know it's ridiculous, but I'm just saying. I
But
can bring
yeah,
you down
it
to
could be a
30
goal.
kilos.
Yeah.
And looking at that, and it's you now for you to say, well, okay, all right, let's do this, and then you go for it, and then you have no choice but to go for it, and it's shocking because a lot of people had seen her. This is Adele again. had seen her obese or
At her heaviest.
at her heaviest for such a long time, and they enjoyed seeing her like that. So when someone decides to take that step and make that drastic change, it comes as a shock.
It does.
It comes as shock. And
because now you have
at the pace that it goes, it's
going fast.
It's going rapidly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really, really scary.
And
but
now,
in the end, when she tones that body, and you will see the end product, you'll be like, hell yeah, I could do that too.
Minus the money.
Okay, yeah.
Minus the money.
But we here we don't have Adele's money.
No, we don't.
We don't
have Adele's money. But what we have is like, I like people that.
But we have the discipline though.
We have the discipline and also a support group.
There you go.
Because you need each other in order to motivate. I've seen, for instance, I see that this is medical center has like a group that is working out
every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, and they do things.
When I go walking, I see them every Tuesday, and then they go out on the thing and they
do
work
the thing.
Out. My motivation is my clothes. That's my motivation because I refuse to go anytime my clothes can't fit me is because I know I gotta drop a few pounds.
You've overdone it. You've overdoing it.
Yeah. So I stick to a weight. I stick to weight 80, 85 kilos. That's my weight. Anytime I pass that 85, I know I'm in trouble. So I'm anywhere between 80 to 85 kilos.
Boy, Grace, I think I was 85 kilos when I was 16.
You could do it.
True story.
You could do it. No, seriously,
True story.
You could do it.
But
anyhow,
it is a struggle. But it's a mindset. I remember when I was doing Zumba a couple of years back, and I had come down so nicely because I used to do Zumba three times a week, and then aerobics and all of that stuff. But I didn't have 2 kids.
Yeah, now you got 2 kids.
Now I have 2.
You got a husband.
You know,
you got a job that's taking so much out of you.
Sometimes
and now you're blogging.
And now I'm blogging. So sometimes I'm sending people emails at 2 o'clock in the morning. They're like, I got this email from you at 2 a.m. I was like, yes, that was the time that I had allocated for you.
But don't worry, you're still pretty. You're so pretty. Yeah.
So I try, and it's very hard because sometimes you have to split yourself into many roles, and it's tough. But I really enjoy the blogging journey. Has been really an experience for me, and it has connected me. What I have loved about it is that it has connected me to so many people. My international reach, my regionally, the people that I have met online, and then after. So it's like a building of a relationship that I can go anywhere right now as a blogger, and I have that card. Like, hey, you remember we were talking Yeah. So it's really interesting to see how that has grown for me.
For persons who are interested in blogging, I mean, you're catering more to plus size women out there.
Well, that is my niche.
That's your niche.
Because that's me. That's why I identify myself with, and that is.
Can they reach out to you?
Of course. Send me a message. Go on my Facebook page. You have all my contact information. Curacao Creative Style. And on Instagram is Curacao Creative Style 2016. And if you just Google my name, believe you me.
2020 now.
Yeah. If you Google my name, it will pop up.
Right.
So definitely I also try to give back to the community, to talk to schools, talk to ladies, talk to young girls that need so many guidance and inspiration. Talking about inspiration, I was invited also to Curacao to our inspiring convention.
When is this?
The 8th of March. I'm one of the speakers.
Nice. Congratulations.
So I'll be there as well, speaking, and just like I said, even if I inspire one person a day or one person ever, that's enough for me.
You're traveling in the next few months?
Next few weeks.
Next few weeks.
I'm doing Curacao, and then after that, right in the middle of March, I'm doing Virginia.
Wow.
So I'm excited. I'm excited about Virginia the most. Curacao is like my second home. I'm gonna see my dad and see friends and stuff like that. But Virginia is a whole new ball game. But that's totally new for me.
That's in March?
That's in March, mid-March. So I'm totally excited about that, and meeting.
So it's a larger convention.
It's going to be a larger convention. It's going to be at the one of the Marriotts in Virginia. And
how many days?
3 days.
3 days.
So it's a weekend event.
Nice.
So there'll be a panel discussion. There will be fashion show. There will be a lot of stuff happening. Because of course the magazine is
by invitation only.
It's no. You can purchase your event, ticket on Eventbrite.
Okay.
If you just search Size Overrated Magazine empowerment event, you will find it.
All right.
So you can attend. It's open to the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Kenty, great, doing great work. Since 2016, you're on your 4th anniversary now.
Yes. I cannot believe that it went so fast.
You had time
I remember
flies.
having my friends in Aruba when I was like, for Irma, that we were
Yeah.
shut down. I didn't have access to anything, of course, and the last thing on your mind was blogging. But she was like, no, we need to make sure that people know that it's there. So she was posting on my behalf, and she was telling people, listen, she's fine, they're fine, she's going to be back online in a few months. You know, a lot of damages happening in St. Martin with the
Right.
network communication, and she kept that flame alive out of Aruba, ensuring that people that were looking at my page or maybe looking for information were able to, see what was happening on my
All right,
end.
and saying that, of course, time does fly.
Yes, it does.
It was actually 14 years since James Brown died.
There
I
you
was
go.
like, wow.
Yes, already.
Already, 14 years. Kenty.
Lady Grace.
My guest this morning in the Breakfast Lounge. She's on her 4th anniversary tour. And, with her plus size, she's a plus size blogger. If you want to follow her, again, it's Karai Creative Style. That's on both IG and Facebook, right?
Yes,
You're
correct.
on Twitter? Not on Twitter
Not
yet?
on Twitter because this is not the market for Twitter.
Oh, okay.
So, but like I said, 2020 is all about globalizing, so I'm getting to that point.
Okay, good. All right. Kenty, thank you so much. And
Thank you for having
congratulations
me.
once
Thank you,
again.
Lady Grace.
And happy Valentine's Day to you.
Same to you, my dear.
Okay, all right. Radio listeners, keep it locked right here. 18 minutes up until the hour of 10 o'clock. I'll